from the national capital, where the liquor gate heat is only mounting on the Delhi Chief Minister. We'll also get you all that. But first, a quick check of the headlines, and not to miss that story coming in from Assam too. Delhi court refuses to grant relief to Kejriwal in Liquorgate, says not inclined to entertain his plea. After back-to-back ducking of summons, Kejriwal will have to appear before the Enforcement Directorate tomorrow. Even Sonia's top aide rejects Rahul's campaign, says caste censures an insult to Indira Gandhi's legacy. Big development in electoral bonds case. SBI files compliance affidavit in top court, says all details disclosed. Yet another setback for Siddaramaiah government. Karnataka governor withdraws temple tax bill. Outrage over Music Academy Award for TM Krishna. Carnatic singers boycott Carnatic Music Conference in protest. Started this edition with the story that we have been tracking very closely, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from Tamil Nadu, where several Carnatic musicians have pulled out of the Madras Music Academy's annual December conference to protest the Sangita Kalanidhi award to classical vocalist TM Krishna, who they allege has glorified Periyar and vilified the Carnatic music community. The artists are miffed with the Chennai-based Academy's decision to bestow the honor, which is considered, many would say, the Oscar equivalent in Carnatic music on the vocalist. Now, yesterday, renowned Indian classical musicians Ranjani and Gayatri announced the decision, stated that their participation at this year's conference under TM Krishna's presidency would constitute a moral violation. Here's what the controversy is all about, and then we get you an exclusive interview with the Trichur Brothers.
T.M. Krishna, a renowned Carnatic vocalist known for challenging conventional ideas about caste and gender politics in Carnatic music, has been awarded the prestigious Sangeet Kalanidhi Award by the Madras Music Academy. The award recognizes Krishna's powerful voice, adherence to tradition, exploratory approach to music, and his use of music as a tool of social reform. However, the recent decision by the Madras Music Academy to confer its highest honor has sparked intense debate and division within the Carnatic music community. While some celebrate the recognition of Krishna's contribution to the genre, others vehemently oppose it, citing concerns over his alleged glorification of controversial figures and his supposed denigration of traditional values.
This Periyar and TM Krishna issue is concerned, everyone is having the right to express their own views. When you are criticizing some leader, others are also having the equal right in criticizing the other leaders.
Carnatic vocalists Ranjani Gayatri and Hartika exponent Dushyant Sridhar marked their protest by withdrawing from the Music Academy Conference 2024. Vedic speaker and writer Dushyant Sridhar said that he won't be performing at the Academy's upcoming music festival in protest. The row over the award to TM Krishna is only getting bigger. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, the sibling duo of Sri Krishna Mohan and Ram Kumar Mohan, otherwise known as the Trichur Brothers, said participating in the year-end festival conference hosted by the Academy will make them outright hypocrites in our own eyes. That's exactly what the Trichur Brothers had to say. And remember, the list has only been growing. TM Krishna, on the other hand, has taken some strong viewpoints on various matters, particularly with regards to Periyar, or for that matter, Ms. Subbalakshmi also. And keeping that in mind, we've seen that growing list of protests that are growing in and people who have come in support of TM Krishna too. Many say that there is a political angle that is also brewing, and the fact of the matter is that TM Krishna has stuck to his own ground on this entire matter. The reason essentially being, he says that there is a class that is completely against his views, but at the same time, these are views that he would not want to change. Keeping that in mind, if you take a look at some of the history behind why exactly TM Krishna has actually responded to some of the allegations that have been leveled against him, and why he believes that this is exactly why he would continue with the position that he has actually taken. In the interview that has also been given by Trichur Brothers, important to point out here is the fact that they say that if at all they agree to be participating in the annual conference that takes place in Chennai, that would only mean that the position that they had taken earlier has been completely diluted. Now, let's also quickly take you through some of the details that are also emerging right now with regards to the controversy that is brewing and what exactly did TM Krishna actually have to say. Now, the row is over the award to TM Krishna. TM Krishna says there has been harassment in music industry, which is an open secret. On the other hand, some of the reactions that have come in, Carnatic singers like Ranjini and Gayatri, they say that he's vilified Carnatic music fraternity. And the fact that Trichur Brothers now say that they're not going to attend the conference that has been presided by Krishna. In fact, Dushyant Sridhar has also responded by saying that he's pained by his statements on Dharma and Lord Ram. Listen in to what the Trichur Brothers had to say.
Bestowing the Kalanidhi award to a controversial singer, TM Krishna, has created much stir within the Carnatic music fraternity. Many singers, Doyens in fact, have joined the chorus stating that they protest by giving him that award and refuse to even take part in the conference of the Music Academy of Madras, stating that they do not agree to the decision by the Academy. Joining with me are the doyens of Carnatic music who have been performing for the last 2 decades across various, in fact, you can say all the continents. The Trichur Brothers, Sri Krishna Mohan as well as Ram Kumar Mohan. So thank you so much for speaking to Republic. You took out on an X platform stating that you'll be pulling out from the function of the Music Academy of Madras. You have called it as if you take part, it will be an outright, expose outright hypocrisy. Could you please tell us what are the reasons behind you pulling out, and especially in this case of TM Krishna presiding over the function? Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, nice to meet you, Ashwin, and let's start off by saying that it is quite disheartening that Mr. TM Krishna has taken up something as pristine as Carnatic music, as pristine as Indian classical music, which in our experience for the last more than 30 years has been a fantastic unifying factor. Okay, we've been singing across the country, across continents, as you rightly said, by the Almighty's grace. And we've always seen this side of classical music. It always brings people together. It unites the people. And to be very honest, a lot of them, people in their 40s, whatever, they are looking at Carnatic music as the best way. Carnatic music is the best way to make sure that their children are in connect with our culture, our heritage. So the fact that TM Krishna has brought about, his interpretation of this whole issue in his head, unfortunately, is only creating more divisions. Let's leave aside the fact that most of what he says is baseless. That's for another day. Okay, but the fact that he's completely trying to use his narrative to divide the society,
Right. So I'll just add my couple of cents to it. So one of the most important things that we practiced when we grew up, by the way, so we grew up entirely in Trichur, in an atmosphere where we were really not exposed to sabas or slots or commercial performances or anything. So we started learning music sheerly for the love of music. And after turning chartered accountants in 2004, we quit, both of the chartered accountants. We quit our jobs in 2014. Again, a tough decision, but sheerly for the love of music. So for us, music was part of our life quite literally, and yes, is a part of our life quite literally. So the basic thing here is any music for that matter, the minute you start rendering a song, the sahityam or the lyrical content of that particular composition is very important across music genres. This is not specific to Carnatic music. You take a film song, you take a ghazal, you take a Sufi song, you take a Christmas carol, or you take Carnatic music. Lyrics and sahityam play a very, very important part. Absolutely. With respect to Carnatic music, because of the rooting, the lyrics are based on either temples or deities or spirituality or devotion, or even about nature or about relationships. To basically say that I want to detach Carnatic music from the lyrical content in it is absolutely illogical. And to go ahead and say that the saint composers composed these compositions, which was more of an outpouring of their true emotions of devotion and bhakti, and to come out and say that they simply, and make it look like they actually sat in a room and wrote notes and simply started fitting sahitya to that. As I'm talking in my head, I'm hearing how illogical I'm actually sounding. And that's what he unfortunately has been propagating. Now, as people who also run an institution called Trichur Brothers Online School of Music with quite a few students, we think it's also our responsibility to ensure that students in general, especially the youth of the country, do not get misled and go into this whole concept that, Carnatic music alone don't care about sahityam. Now that is just not done. Whether I'm singing a carol or Carnatic music or a romantic song, I need to feel it. I need to make sure that I'm able to feel what the content of that music is. So this for us has been a major point of contention for quite a while. Now, giving an award to TM Krishna is one thing that's completely the prerogative of Music Academy. We have no issues with that. But to actually participate in a festival that is going to be presided over by him is likewise completely our prerogative.
So you need to understand that in Music Academy, how the system works is once an artist is selected as the Sangita Kalanidhi, that particular artist presides over the entire festival. Okay. So you have to realize one thing, as Carnatic musicians, and I talk for a big section of our fraternity here, we are generally very happy people. We are extremely content with what we are doing. We don't look forward to fights. We don't look forward to arguments. Despite that, if we have come out and taken this stance, it's because we truly believe that what Mr. T.M. Krishna is doing is extremely dangerous, and we owe it mostly, most importantly, we owe it to the next generation and to our students. We have to show them the right path as has been taught by our gurus. I think
the one more thing that I would like to add is that, unfortunately, as we were getting a lot of comments, we've actually been personally replying to.
Breaking out of this story and getting you more details of the list that has been released by the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is the third list of the BJP which has now been released. Let's just quickly take you through some of the key candidates who would be contesting. The recently resigned Governor Tamilsai is going to contest from Chennai South. BJP State Chief Annamalai is going to contest from Coimbatore. Let's just take you through the list which has put out at least 9 candidates. This is with regards to Tamil Nadu, where Chennai South is going to be represented by Tamilsai Soundarajan. Chennai Central has Vinod Selvam. With regards to Coimbatore, it is K. Annamalai. Pon Radhakrishnan, who was also the earlier BJP chief, is going to contest from Kanyakumari, is what we are being told. Thoothukudi is going to be represented by Nainar Nagendran. This is the third list that has been put out, but this list is only pertaining to the state of Tamil Nadu. Remember, with the alliance that has been brought in with the PMK as well as a few other parties. Right now, with this list, it is partly also looking into North Tamil Nadu at this point in time. But Chennai, 2 seats that BJP has already named. One is with regards to Chennai South and the other is Chennai Central. Over the last few days, what we have also seen, the massive push that has been made by Prime Minister with several visits that he has made to Tamil Nadu, reiterating the fact that there is increased focus of the government with regards to welfare schemes that have been brought in, particularly in Tamil Nadu and a few other states too. Also, K. Annamalai, who's done a padayatra over the last few months covering north to south of Tamil Nadu, largely talking about the DMK's misrule and the fact that this is a dynastic party which does not really care about the welfare of Tamil Nadu. Now, that's the position that was largely taken by K. Annamalai during his padayatra. In fact, many would say that there has been an aggressive campaigning that has been done by the Bharatiya Janata Party, particularly in the state of Tamil Nadu, where they haven't really done well in the past. Remember, they've not been able to open their account for several parliamentary constituencies, but at the same time, K. Annamalai this time appears to be quite confident. In fact, in an interview to Republic TV, he has also indicated that not only the vote share that they are expecting it to go into double digits, but of course that also translating into votes, into seats too. That's the kind of response that has essentially come in from the man who is considered to be BJP's South architect, and hoping that they will be able to dent the performance of the DMK. Remember, DMK of all the opposition parties in the last parliamentary elections also has been able to retain most of the seats. Only one seat had actually gone to the AIA DMK. Most of the seats went to the DMK in alliance with the Congress party. Here too, remember, the DMK has already announced their first list of candidates, and they've also given roughly over 10 seats to the Congress party to contest from Tamil Nadu. So that's the big news now coming in with regards to the list that has been put out by the Bharatiya Janata Party with regards to at least 9 seats, 9 parliamentary constituency seats where they have announced the candidates, starting with Chennai South, which is going to be represented by the former governor of Puducherry, Tamilsai Soundarajan. Chennai Central would be by Dr. A.C. Shanmugan. Vellore is, I beg your pardon, it's Vellore which will be represented by Dr. A.C. Shanmugan. Chennai Central would be represented by Vinoj P. Selvam. Krishnagiri is C. Narsimhan. Nilgiri, which is again a reserved seat, by Dr. L. Murugan. Coimbatore would be represented by K. Annamalai. Perambulur is T.R. Parivendar. Thuthukudi would be by Nayanar Nagendran, and Kanyakumari Pon Radhakrishnan. These are the 9 seats that have been declared by the BJP. But that's the third list of the Bharatiya Janata Party list that have been put out. The 9 seats, parliamentary constituencies that have been announced by the BJP. This is the third list pertaining to Tamil Nadu. The big names doing the rounds is Tamilsai as well as K. Annamalai. Just to put this into perspective, as we also try and get in our reporters on the ground getting you more details, is the fact that if you see from the time that the poll bugle was actually sounded, the Prime Minister's increased focus has certainly been in Tamil Nadu. Many experts point out to the fact that perhaps if not for 2024, remember in the next few elections, BJP is hoping that the position that the AIA DMK enjoyed in the state of Tamil Nadu would be taken over by the Bharatiya Janata Party, hoping to be the next principal opposition in the state of Tamil Nadu. AIA DMK post the demise of J. Jayalalitha seems to have seen massive factionalism, and that is the reason why the BJP is hoping that that space would be taken over by them. Slipping into a short break. On the other side, we get you the special story coming in from Assam.
भारत की स्टार्टअप क्रांति का नेतृत्व आज देश के छोटे शहरों के युवा कर रहे हैं। कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि हमारे स्टार्टअप सिर्फ टैक्स स्पेस तक ही सीमित है, लेकिन मुझे खुशी है कि आज एग्रीकल्चर, टेक्सटाइल, मेडिसिन, ट्रांसपोर्ट, स्पेस, इवन मैंने देखा योगा में स्टार्टअप शुरू हुए हैं। आयुर्वेद में स्टार्टअप शुरू हुआ है, और एक दो नहीं, मैं रुचि लेता हूं तो देखता रहता हूं। 300, 400 की संख्या में है, और हर एक में एक से बढ़कर एक न कुछ नया है जी। कभी तो मुझे भी सोचना पड़ता है कि मैं योगा कर रहा हूं वो ठीक है कि स्टार्टअप वाला कह रहा है वो योगा ठीक है। साथियों, स्पेस जैसे सेक्टर में जो कि हमने अभी कुछ ही समय पहले ओपन अप किया, पहले तो सरकार में जैसा स्वभाव रहता है जंजीरें बांध देना, और मेरी पूरी ताकत जंजीरें तोड़ने में लगी रहती है। स्पेस में 50 से अधिक सेक्टर्स में भारत के स्टार्टअप
Getting you another special report. This is about an operation that has been carried out by the Assam STF, where they nabbed 2 ISIS terrorists who crossed the international border from Bangladesh in Assam's Dhubri sector after receiving credible information. Among the 2 arrested is Haris Faruqi, who is believed to be the head of ISIS India. The infiltration attempt was foiled just weeks ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. Assam Chief Minister has hailed the arrest, pledging to continue the fight against what he calls fundamentalists and terrorists. Here is a special report coming in from Guwahati.
2 top-rung leaders of ISIS were apprehended by a special task force in Guwahati, foiling an infiltration attempt in Dharmashala area of Dhubri sector in Assam. Based on information from sister agencies, the Assam STF sprung into action and deployed personnel on the international border to nab the ISIS terrorists. Talking exclusively to Republic TV, Assam STF IGP Parthasarthi Mahanta revealed the details on how they nabbed the 2 ISIS terrorists.
See, we have arrested 2 leaders. One of them is Haris Faruqi. Haris Faruqi is the head of India operations of ISIS. And the other guy is Anurag alias Rehan. So he is the main confidant of Haris Faruqi. And as the head of ISIS operations in India, obviously he was in the know of everything. Everything happened as per his direction, as planned by him.
The accused, now identified as Harish Faruqi, hails from Dehradun and is believed to be the head of ISIS in India. His associate, Anurag Singh, alias Rehan, was converted to Islam, and as per the STF, both of them are highly indoctrinated members of the ISIS in India. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma hailed the operation and vowed to continue the fight against fundamentalists and eradicate terrorism from Indian soil.
In a successful anti-terror op, the STF, or the Special Task Force of the Assam Police, nabbed 2 fundamentalists of the ISIS in Dhubri district of Assam. It has been reported that they crossed over from Bangladesh and have entered into India. They were caught close to the international border following inputs received from central agencies.
With many NIA cases pending against the two, the ISIS terrorists were presented in the NIA court in Guwahati, from where they are sent to Delhi in transit remand. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Trouble mounts for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal as he's now been given the ultimatum by the Delhi High Court. Now, in a fierce legal battle, the court refused to grant interim protection from arrest to the Aam Aadmi Party chief in the Delhi excise policy case. Now, this comes after Kejriwal skipped 9 enforcement-directed summons consecutively, claiming that they were illegal. Now, with a massive setback for Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party, will he now adhere to the summons that have been issued? Take a look at this report and that fierce battle between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has landed himself in a big legal mess. In a massive development, the Delhi High Court refused to grant Kejriwal interim protection from arrest in the Liquorgate case. After an intense legal battle between the ED and Kejriwal, the court maintained that it was not inclined to provide relief to the AAP Supremo. This, while the ED has maintained that each time the Chief Minister was summoned, he was on Vipassana. The AAP has repeatedly claimed the summons as illegal and politically motivated.
इन्होंने मुझे समन भेजे हैं। मेरे वकीलों ने मुझे बताया कि ये समन गैर कानूनी है। अभी ठीक लोकसभा चुनाव के पहले मुझे क्यों बुलाया जा रहा है? पहले क्यों नहीं बुलाया? लेकिन अब ये लोग ठीक लोकसभा चुनाव के 2 महीने पहले मुझे बुला रहे हैं। तो बीजेपी का मकसद कोई पूछताछ करना थोड़ी है। इनका मकसद है पूछताछ के बहाने केजरीवाल को बुला लो और उसे गिरफ्तार कर लो ताकि मैं लोकसभा चुनाव में प्रचार न कर पाऊं।
जहां तक समन की बात है, ये पहले दिन से सबको पता है कि ये राजनीतिक महत्वाकांक्षाओं से प्रेरित भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सम्मन है। ईडी के सम्मन को बार बार मुख्यमंत्री जी की तरफ से कहा गया कि भाई ये इल्लीगल है, उनसे सवाल पूछे गए। उसके बाद भी इतनी बेचैनी क्यों है बार बार ईडी का सम्मन भेजने के लिए? कोर्ट के अंदर फैसला तो होने दीजिए।
आज अरविंद केजरीवाल को फिर से एक बार दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट की तरफ से झटका पड़ा है। उनके तमाम विक्टिमहुड कार्ड को खारिज करते हुए एक प्रकार से पुष्टि कर दी है कि जो भी जांच हो रही है, जो भी समन्स दिए जा रहे हैं और जो भी शराब घोटाले के स्वरूप में आज तथ्य सामने निकल कर आए हैं, वो पूर्ण तरीके से सत्य है, उसमें सत्यता है और प्रथम दृष्टया अरविंद केजरीवाल को जवाब देना चाहिए।
Politics over the AAP's claims in the Liquorgate case continues to brew. The BJP has slammed Kejriwal for taking law and order for a ride.
हैरानगी ये है, जो कल तक समनों को फर्जी बताते थे, इनवैलिड बताते थे, इलीगल बताते थे, आज उन्हीं समनों को लेकर हाई कोर्ट में गए हैं और हाई कोर्ट भी उनकी सुनवाई करने को तैयार नहीं है, क्योंकि हाई कोर्ट ने बंद कमरों में वो सारा एविडेंस देखा जिस एविडेंस के मुताबिक अरविंद केजरीवाल घपलेबाज हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल रिश्वतखोर हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने सैकड़ों करोड़ रुपया शराब घोटाले में इकट्ठा किया है और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को इस केस के अंदर जेल जाना चाहिए।
Could the Delhi Chief Minister have saved himself from trouble by simply appearing? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, we're live and breaking up. Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in this Thursday evening, where we get you top updates. And let's tell you that a big update has just come in, that the third list of 9 candidates for Lok Sabha has been released, and we are seeing multiple candidates being fielded from different areas. We'll get you all the details about who is being fielded from where. But first, the headlines we are tracking here on Live and Breaking. BJP releases a third list of candidates for Tamil Nadu. Tamil side to contest from Chennai South and Annamalai from Coimbatore. Even Sonia's top aide rejects Rahul's campaign, says caste census an insult to Indira Gandhi's legacy. Top sources say Congress to contest on 2 Mumbai seats and Uddhav Sena to fight on 4. India divided over seat sharing talks. In Bihar, Congress miffed with RJD over Aurangabad seat candidate. Big development in electoral bonds case. SBI files compliance affidavit in top court, says all details disclosed. Election Commission now center to put a pause on Viksit Bharat message over WhatsApp. And viewers, we go straight to the top story we're tracking right now, where for Tamil Nadu, BJP has released its third list of candidates for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Seats for a total of 9 candidates have been announced. State BJP chief Annamalai will contest from Coimbatore, and former Governor Tamilisai Soundarajan will contest from Chennai South. That is right. I'm just going to go across to my colleague who's joining us. Ashwin is joining us right now. And Ashwin, this is, of course, a huge update in terms of the candidate list being announced. If you could take our viewers through the candidate list, who is fielding from where, and as per the strategy of the BJP in the state, is it a good candidate list?
Of course, Shivangi, it's very, very interesting, and it was on the expected lines. For instance, Chennai South has been given to the former governor, Tamilisai Soundarajan, which itself is very interesting, and it was expected because earlier there was an apprehension that she may even field from Thoothukudi, but now BJP has made it clear. Shivangi, I want to bring you to the most interesting candidate. About 9 candidates have been announced in Tamil Nadu. But what is most important is the BJP star campaigner, Annamalai, will be contesting from Coimbatore. Coimbatore, a seat where BJP historically has won back in 1998 and 1999. And in fact, in the last elections of 2019, the BJP had come second in this constituency, securing more than 32% vote share, while the winning candidate of the CPM, if I remember it right, had secured about 42%. And BJP, as far as the BJP is concerned, this particular fight in Coimbatore is going to be the limelight, because this is where BJP finds a huge chance of winning, considering that in the last 3 elections, whether it's in 2009, 2014 and 2019, BJP had secured a very important mandate from Coimbatore, especially because Coimbatore is one of the textile cities, and that is where a large number of people who reside, who have migrated from north of India live there, and there are large support base for the BJP over here. Especially after the Coimbatore blast, there has been a huge ground swelling for the BJP as well. In fact, during the time of LK Advani itself, this constituency has been of utmost importance for the BJP. So a big fight can be expected with, and in fact, Annamalai himself is standing. It's the biggest fight that is going to happen, and in fact, what we can see is that DMK, for instance, who had never fielded a candidate in Coimbatore since 2006, has now fielded a candidate to give a fair fight for the BJP as well. Apart from that, whether it's in Chennai Central, it is we know it's B. Selvam who's standing, and State Minister Dr. L. Murugan is also contesting from Nilgiri. So this is where if you look at the list of 9 people, Kanyakumari, Thoothukudi, Perambalur, Coimbatore, Nilgiris, Krishnagiri, Vellore, Chennai Central and Chennai South has been announced. The close fight can definitely be from Chennai South, Coimbatore as well as Nilgiri Nilgiris, and L. Murugan, who has also garnered a great reputation for after being a Minister of State. He has also garnered a great reputation. So there also the fight is going to be very crucial. So all in all, what we look at this list, it certainly seems that BJP is in no mode to give us low fight, because this election is of utmost importance, because last elections they were partners with the AIADMK. This time they are not. They're standing alone, and that makes it even more challenging and even more interesting. And if the BJP could wield Coimbatore or South Chennai from it, it will definitely be a fight. In fact, Annamalai had told that BJP is going to gain stronghold in the state of Tamil Nadu. In fact, they are going to overall create a two-digit vote share. So all this, when you put into light, and you see Prime Minister Narendra Modi, if you remember, Shivangi, in 2014 itself, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had started his campaign from Coimbatore. And even just a week ago, Prime Minister had campaigned in Coimbatore. So Coimbatore is one seat, but BJP is really crucially looking at. They feel that they can win from this constituency. So certainly this list definitely matters. The 9 list that has come out certainly matters. And what needs to be seen is how far will BJP go to give a tooth and nail fight. It's definitely not a bilingual, a fight between two parties, between DMK and AIDMK. By fielding such important candidates, BJP is ensured that the fight is going to be between 3 main parties. And this is going to be very interesting as far as the upcoming Lok Sabha elections in Tamil Nadu is concerned. Shivangi.
Right, and just take our viewers through exactly what we have been seeing for a while now. Now, Tamil Nadu, something very, very big happened in Tamil Nadu a few months ago. If you could take our viewers through that, because we know that AIADMK had announced a decision to break its alliance with the BJP, exit the NDA. So they decided to exit the NDA. We know that the AIADMK has also announced the candidates for the 32 Lok Sabha seats in Tamil Nadu. At this point of time, of course, the big question would be that how would AIADMK see contesting against its former ally, and what kind of, how would they really feel their candidates against the candidates which have been announced with the BJP? That could also be a big question that our viewers would be wondering about. Ashwin.
Well, in the last election, especially in Coimbatore, because BJP and AIADMK were together, although the result was about 32%, there was a dwindling of the vote share. So BJP has calculated that probably this is because of the AIADMK alliance. And if you look at the entire quagmire AIADMK is in, they have gone ahead to even ally with the controversial political arm of the political organization called the SDPI. So we see that AIADMK is trying to woo the radical, entities within these constituencies. So certainly BJP is in no mood to ally with somebody like AIADMK. It is standing on its own, and also it's important because if you look very carefully at how BJP has worked, keeping in attention the Tamil Nadu electorate. You look at whether it's the sacred Sengol that was brought in, whether it was the Kashi connection where Tamil Nadu and Kashi, when Kashi temple was inaugurated, they brought a huge connection between Kashi and Tamil and Kashi, and inviting the then Chinese premier for a meet in Chennai, in fact in Tamil Nadu in Mahabalipuram, and several other factors, and Prime Minister Modi relentless campaigning. In fact, 2 days ago he was in Salem. So Prime Minister's relentless campaigning in Tamil Nadu, talking very most of his speeches starting in Tamil and then stating that he's sad that he's unable to speak in Tamil and he will surely learn it. All these factors, the Prime Minister's getting closer to the Tamil population and the Tamil, Tamil diaspora, it's definitely it's been seen by the BJP as a big bonus for the BJP. So that is definitely going to be a very important factor. And also the performance by some of these ministers. L. Murugan has been a Minister of State. So he has also worked for the people of Tamil Nadu. So in Nilgiris, this contest of L. Murugan is definitely going to be very close. And similarly, Tamil Sai Soundarajan, contesting from South Chennai, a very important place where they again feel that there is after the temple came up also. That is also one of the reasons that BJP feels in south of Chennai they're going to get a stronghold. So if you look at this 9 list, whether it's Chennai South, Chennai Central, Vellore, Krishnagiri, when you look at Coimbatore, when you look at Perambalur, Thoothukudi, as well as Kanyakumari, we see an important fight. Yes, of course, in Kanyakumari, Sri Pon Radhakrishnan is also standing. This is also an important fight, Shivangi. So all in all, if you put together, BJP has put some of the best candidates out. The fight is going to be very crucial. It's going to be close, and DMK also knows it. So we can see that the DMK is chosen candidates. They are even standing in elections where they have not stood for a long time. They are, so all this is going to be important factor, and the rise of BJP. Many election watchers have said that there is going to be a.
All right, thank you for joining us, Ashwin. The BJP has released a third list of 9 candidates for the Lok Sabha elections 2024. The party has fielded former Telangana Governor Tamil Sai from South Chennai Parliamentary Constituency and K. Annamalai from Coimbatore. Now, I want to go across to the next story we're tracking right now, where we shift our focus to what's happening there in Maharashtra, where the seat-sharing formula, seat-sharing talks are underway, but sources have told us that 2 seats in Mumbai will be given to the Congress, and Uddhav Sena will contest on 4 seats. So that is some information coming in, inside scoop coming in, as to what we can expect in Maharashtra. That's a big update coming in right now. Remember that this is source-based information, where Congress has secured 2 seats under MVA and Uddhav Sena to contest in 4 seats. So that is what we are coming to know, viewers. Let's go to Sandeep, who's joining us. Sandeep, of course, we have to exactly understand what really is happening here in terms of the seat distribution in Mumbai. If you could take our viewers through the seat distribution, what our sources are saying, and we also know that some key constituencies which are being eyed by some particular candidates, and that could also be very important when the final list comes out. Go ahead, Sandeep.
Shivangi, yes, a major setback for Sanjay Nirupam at this point of time as far as Mahavikas Aghadi's Mumbai's seat sharing is concerned. Mumbai Northwest seat for which Sanjay Nirupam was very much hopeful, but ultimately that seat has been in the quota of Uddhav faction, and Uddhav Thackeray had already announced it into the name of Amol Kirtikar, his candidate. So ultimately the confirmation has been given by the Congress party out here that Sanjay Nirupam has been denied ticket. As far as the calculations are concerned, 4 seats will be going into the quota of Uddhav Thackeray, whereas Congress party will be contesting on 2 seats. That is Mumbai North, Mumbai North East and Mumbai North Central. That is what we have been told. So far, there are 48 seats, and there are 3 to 5 such seats on which there are still disputes within the Mahavikas Aghadi that has to be fixed. But ultimately, a big setback for Sanjay Nirupam. And what we are hearing from our sources is that Sanjay Nirupam may leave Congress party and soon join either Shinde Sena or Bharatiya Janata Party, although there is no clarity or no confirmation been given by Sanjay Nirupam. But yes, as far as the seat sharing is concerned, 4 seats have been in the quota of Uddhav Thackeray and 2 for Congress party. This is for Mumbai. There are 5 more seats across the state of Maharashtra which are under dispute, and that needs to be, these seats needs to be discussed within the Mahavikas Aghadi. What we are hearing from our sources is that Mahavikas Aghadi may also call another meeting tomorrow to discuss the candidates over it, because there are seats like Bhiwandi wherein NCP is demanding that seat, whereas Congress is adamant on contesting elections from Bhiwandi constituency. Apart from that, there is Sangli seat where there is a dispute between Congress party and Uddhav Sena. So these are 2-3 seats on which there are still disputes, and most likely the issues will be resolved by tomorrow. That is what we have been told.
All right, thank you for joining us with all the details coming in. So what we see right now, viewer source-based information on MVA seat sharing in Mumbai, where Congress could get 2 seats, Uddhav Sena could contest and 4 seats. We'll wait for a finalist to come out, but that is the inside scoop we have for you. Let's move ahead, viewers, to the other stories we are tracking as we keep getting you more updates. MOSPMO leader Jitendra Singh files his nomination from Udhampur Lok Sabha constituency, seeking a third consecutive time as BJP candidate. The minister was accompanied by his cabinet colleague Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Annamalai says BJP has completed alliance talks and seat sharing on all Tamil Nadu seats. Confidently claims Tamil Nadu will contribute all 39 seats to NDA. SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav brushes aside talks of an alliance with Apna Dal K in UP ahead of the Lok Sabha election, says alliance was for 2022 and not for 2024. Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Annamalai says BJP has completed alliance talks and seat sharing on all Tamil Nadu seats, confidently claiming Tamil Nadu will contribute all 39 seats to NDA. Odisha BJP MLA S. Surat says BJP is working at the grassroots level in Odisha to deliver good results. Though whether there is an alliance with the BJD is for the top leadership to decide. Union Minister and Telangana BJP President G. Kishan Reddy says BJP will soon announce 2 remaining candidates in Telangana. The BJP has announced 15 candidates in the state with 17 seats. Congress releases a list of candidates for the upcoming state assembly polls in Arunachal Pradesh. 34 candidates named in the list by Congress for the 60-member Arunachal Legislative Assembly. After coming up, viewers, India divided over seat sharing talks in Bihar. Congress miffed with RJD over Aurangabad seat candidate. A big development in electoral bonds case. SBI files compliance affidavit in top court, says all details disclosed. Stay tuned as we continue to be live and breaking.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 11th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Lok Sabha elections are just round the corner, and if you are someone who is wondering how postal ballots work, then this video is for you. Firstly, let's understand a concept called postal voting. Postal voting, also known as absentee voting, is a method of voting in which electors cast their ballots by mail rather than in person at a polling station. Postal ballots offer a convenient and secure way to cast your vote without having to leave your home. However, not everyone is eligible to apply for postal voting. There is a particular criterion that you have to tick before you can register yourself.
मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि भौगोलिक, सांस्कृतिक, सामाजिक रूप से विविध इतने बड़े देश में चुनाव कराने के लिए हमने अपने आप को कैसे ओवर द 2 इयर्स पीरियड तैयार किया है। दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र के चुनावों में लॉजिस्टिक्स और मटेरियल प्रबंधन ही अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी चुनौती है। तो लेट अस शो यू व्हाट इज द मैग्नीट्यूड बाय विच वी आर डूइंग दिस इलेक्शंस। We have 97 crore registered voters, more than the combined voters of a few continents put together, America, Europe, Australia, all many put together. Over 10.5 lakh polling stations, and कितने लोग उसको conduct करते हैं? 1.5 crore polling officials and security officials conduct those elections. More than 55 lakh EVMs, 4 lakh vehicles, और अब तक हम क्या कर चुके हैं, 17 जनरल इलेक्शंस टू द पार्लियामेंट, 400 से ज्यादा असेंबली इलेक्शंस कर चुके हैं। ये इलेक्शन कमीशन का एक लीगेसी है। 16
Breaking viewers, BJP leader Nishikant Dubey commented on former JMM leader Sita Soren joining hands with the BJP. He said that JMM leaders were deeply indulged in corruption and expressed joy over Sita Soren joining the party. Let's listen in.
उनके जो पति हैं दुर्गा सोरेन, वो आंदोलनकारी रहे हैं। इस पार्टी को बनाने में उनका बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा है। लेकिन जब से हेमंत सोरेन जी पार्टी में आए, पार्टी की कमान उन्होंने संभाली, मुख्यमंत्री बने, उप मुख्यमंत्री बने, इन्होंने केवल भ्रष्टाचार किया, पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को ध्यान नहीं दिया। किन परिस्थितियों में दुर्गा सोरेन जी की हत्या हुई, उसका सीबीआई इंक्वायरी के लिए लगातार डिमांड करती रही, उसके बारे में भी कुछ नहीं एक्शन लिया। और लीपा पोती की जो एक कोशिश होती रही, और दिन प्रतिदिन इनके सीता सोरेन और उनकी दोनों बेटी राजश्री और जयश्री कैसे पीछे चले जाएं, बैक बर्नर में चले जाएं, अपनी पत्नी कल्पना सोरेन को कैसे आगे बढ़ाएं, यही उनका मुख्य उद्देश्य रहा। और फाइनली सब्र का जब बांध टूट गया तो उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी ज्वाइन कर लिया। हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी परिवार में उनका स्वागत करते हैं। उनके आने से संथाल पन्ना में और पूरे झारखंड में पार्टी को मजबूती मिली। मैं केवल इतना ही कहूँगा कि उन्होंने बिना किसी शर्त के पार्टी ज्वाइन।
Even Sonia stop it, rejects Rahul's campaign, says caste census an insult to Indira Gandhi's legacy. Plus, top sources say Congress to contest on 2 Mumbai seats and Uddhav Sena to fight on 4. Stay tuned as we are live in Breaking on Republic TV.
Why she said that?
In the press conference.
Yeah, but why? Why she said that? Because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't cheat. I didn't dope. So it's better if we read the decision from TASS that it was a contaminated supplement, was not doping, and I never had something to do with doping. So I never doped, so I'm not a cheater. So thank you to the tournament for giving me the wildcard and to have the possibility to play in such a big tournament. It was great to be back, and only one person being negative about me is not that important because I have hundreds of people that giving me love. So I will take that.
You know, with the meeting yesterday, I don't know if you referred to that, with the PIF, there's more questions looming, and you know, I don't think many players are too privy of information. You know, Jay's been trying to be transparent with emails based on, you know, what's happening, not giving, he obviously, you can't reveal information of talks, you know, that are ongoing to the membership, which obviously makes sense, but he's been trying to be as transparent as possible on that front. So I think this is probably bridge, I'd say, leaning more that way, more than set in stone. I think, you know, the tour is just trying to find the right way to push forward, and it's going to be impossible to keep everybody happy.
The day after my game, I saw him in a restaurant, and when I saw him, I went to his table to say hello to him because I know that he's, you know, a big legend in football, in English football as well. So I'm just, you know, just say hi to him, and I think some people was at him as well. So he just told me that I have to keep going, having a good season, and he told me I was a good footballer. So I think, you know, it's a big compliment coming from such a big player like that.
No Manchester United tem sido, coletivamente, não tem sido uma época bem conseguida. Individualmente eu tenho perfeita noção que tenho capacidade para fazer mais e melhor, como sempre. Mas não estou neste momento preocupado nisso, porque aquilo que eu venho sempre a dizer é que o meu empenho e a minha dedicação está sempre no máximo, independentemente de ser a representar a Portugal ou o Manchester United. Por isso eu fico tranquilo em relação a isso, sabendo que a qualidade das exibições pode sempre melhorar. O sonho está bem presente nas nossas cabeças.
Taxpayer Chairman files compliance affidavit in the Supreme Court confirming the disclosure of all details regarding electoral bonds to the Election Commission of India. TMC MP Santanu Sen questions the EC's directive to halt Viksit Bharat. WhatsApp messages say 1 crore messages have been sent already. Further questions what punishment will be meted out against the PM over this. Former cricketer and TMC candidate Yusuf Badaun expresses determination to serve the people of Birhampur, and he draws parallels with his excitement for the World Cup of 2007, says Gujarat is his Janma Bhumi and West Bengal is his Karma Bhumi. Some big breaking updates coming in right now, and we are seeing that there's some kind of a movement at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, and we are knowing, and this is a big breaking update coming in right now. We are coming to know, viewers, a massive deployment, police deployment at Kejriwal's residence. We'll go to in just a moment, viewers, to show you exactly what is happening. But this is a big update coming in right now, viewers, and this, remember, is coming after a big setback had come for Arvind Kejriwal a short while back. Today itself, the court had denied protection from arrest for now. Now, okay, big update coming in. ED, I repeat, ED at Kejriwal's residence. That's what we're learning of right now. Big update coming in. ED has reached Kejriwal's residence. Huge police deployment at Kejriwal's residence, and we'll show you those visuals coming in right now, viewers. And remember, this coming in after Delhi High Court had refused to grant any interim protection from coercive action to Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal in connection to the ED summons issued to him in the Delhi excise policy case. And now, what we can tell you, viewers, ED has reached Kejriwal's residence, and they are right outside his door. I repeat, ED is right outside Arvind Kejriwal's door, viewers. We'll go to those updates right now. We'll show you all the visuals coming in. We'll go to our editors as well, who will tell us exactly what is happening. But this is a very big development coming in, viewers. Remember that today itself, Arvind Kejriwal had filed a fresh plea demanding assurance from the ED that no arrest would be made if he complied with the multiple summons. But what we saw later on was that Delhi High Court had refused the interim protection to Arvind Kejriwal, and this case, by the way, pertains to ED summons issued to him in the Delhi excise policy case. The court had listed the matter for further consideration on April 22nd, but what we see right now are very big, fast-paced developments, movements coming outside from Kejriwal's residence, where the ED has just reached a short while back. Now remember that this is coming in, like we told you, where the High Court had refused to pass orders granting interim protection from coercive action at this stage to CM Arvind Kejriwal in the money laundering case related to the alleged liquor policy case. And we saw that after this, we're seeing back-to-back updates coming in, where ED has reached Kejriwal's residence. So at this point of time, viewers, we have to wait and watch what exactly is happening in terms of the next step in the story. We'll be soon joined by our colleagues who will help us understand what really is happening. But this is a very big update coming in as we keep getting our updates. And we can also tell you, viewers, that time and again, Arvind Kejriwal has said that ED's actions are politically motivated. This is Arvind Kejriwal had always maintained this kind of stance. But right now, as we have told you already, the Delhi High Court has refused to grant interim protection from ED arrest to CM Arvind Kejriwal in the liquor policy case. We have to really wait and watch what exactly is happening at Kejriwal's doorsteps in Delhi and what action ED would be taking at Kejriwal's residence. So this is a very big update coming in on Republic TV, where we can tell you that that Arvind Kejriwal's residence right now, there's a lot of police deployment outside, a lot of movement and a lot of activity happening. Let's go straight across to the visuals coming in. Okay, those are the visuals coming in right now, viewers, of what really is happening outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Now, you can clearly see that it looks like some authorities have reached. There's some conversation happening and there's a lot of movement there in front of Arvind Kejriwal's residence. This is a very, very big update coming in right now. Remember that the ED has sent so many summons to Arvind Kejriwal for the past few months now, and every time Arvind Kejriwal has refused to attend any of those summons. He has made one excuse after the other, and right now he even went to Delhi High Court asking for protection, which he has not got. So this is going to be a very, very big development in terms of what we can do next, what can really happen next. Now, remember that Arvind Kejriwal has been asked to appear before the agency on March 21st. In the recent summons. So March 21st was the last date where he was asked to appear before the ED. So today is March 21st. In the recent summon, today was the day, March 21st, where Arvind Kejriwal was asked to appear before the agency. And right now, as we told you, Delhi High Court has said no protection from arrest for now. Today itself, that is the day of the last summon, ED itself has landed up, viewers, at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, and those visuals coming in on your screen, these visuals are first and exclusive only on Republic TV. So top update coming on Republic TV, viewers. And as we keep getting you more updates, let's tell you that all these cases, all these summons are pertaining to the alleged corruption in formulating and executing Delhi's excise policy for 2021-2022, which was later scrapped. And right now, we have seen that a couple of Arvind Kejriwal's ministers are in judicial custody already in this case. Aam Aadmi Party leader Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh already in judicial custody in this case. And we are seeing that the central agencies have time and again said that there were many irregularities were made while the modification of the Delhi excise policy was underway. They have also claimed, these agencies, ED has claimed that undue favors were extended to the license holders. So many allegations here, and they had called Arvind Kejriwal time and again, summoned him, but he has not appeared for any of the summons. Today was the deadline for the latest summon, that is March 21st, and now ED has ended up at Kejriwal's residence. So this is a very big story coming in, and let's not forget Arvind Kejriwal's name has been mentioned multiple times in the charge sheets filed by ED in the excise policy case. We see the ED has alleged that the accused were in touch with Kejriwal for formulating the excise policy. Let's go to Madhurima. Madhurima is there. Madhurima, I'm coming across to you. What is happening outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence? I'll go to Madhurima in just a moment. Try to connect Madhurima. Madhurima is going to take us through all the details coming in because we need to really understand what is happening there. We can see huge police presence right outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. These are first and exclusive visuals only on Republic TV. You can see that these are the visuals coming in. Huge police deployment happening. I just want to go across to Madhurima in just a moment. We're trying to get her back with us. But like we just told you, that Arvind Kejriwal's name has been mentioned multiple times in the charge sheets filed by the ED in the excise policy case. The agency has alleged that the accused were in touch with Kejriwal for formulating the excise policy. He has been summoned multiple times. He has always said that there was something or the other that he was busy with. Let's go to Madhurima. Madhurima, I'm coming across to you right now. If you can hear me, take us through what is happening. Many ED officers have reached Arvind Kejriwal's residence. What are they doing there? Madhurima.
Well, Shivangi, it is just a couple of hours after that verdict came from the High Court. We'll take you directly to the visuals over here at the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and we see a massive deployment of the Delhi police over here, where we see that multiple cars of the Enforcement Directorate have also arrived here at the residence of the Chief Minister of the National Capital, Mr. Arvind Arvind Kejriwal, and you can see that the heavy deployment of the Delhi police officials has also been done over here at the residence. You can see that the entire area has been cordoned off and the media has been shifted to one side, and the ED officials, Shivangi, the ED officials have entered inside. We saw the logo of the Enforcement Directorate in one of the files that was being carried by one of the officers. So this is in regard to the liquor gate, and today the High Court in a judgment had refused the plea that was put in by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, asking that he should get relief from any coercive action or arrest. And after that plea was denied, we see Enforcement Directorate coming here. We know that Mr. Kejriwal has been skipping multiple summons by the Enforcement Directorate. There was a heated, argument today in front of the court where Mr. Kejriwal's counsel Abhishek Manu Singhi went on and asked that in what capacity is Mr. Kejriwal being summoned as the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, as the chief minister of Arvind Kejriwal, to which the additional solicitor general said that he is being called as the person, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and nobody is above the law, even if he's the chief minister of the national capital. And which is why the Delhi court, after a detailed hearing, rejected the plea of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the chief minister of the national capital. And just a couple of hours after that, after the plea was rejected, we see that a massive team of the Enforcement Directorate has reached the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal here in the civil lines area of the national capital. We see that the Enforcement Directorate officials have gone inside. Republic TV is the only channel to be present on ground and getting these exclusive visuals from the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. We are the only channel over here on the ground bringing you the latest update for our viewers and these exclusive visuals of Enforcement Directorate coming at the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. You can see that a massive deployment of the Delhi police officials has been put over here. The barricading has been done. The media has been shifted at one side, and the Enforcement Directorate, the officials of the Enforcement Directorate have entered the residence of the Chief Minister of the national capital, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. This is after multiple summons have been sent time and again for the past couple of months to Mr. Kejriwal to appear in front of the Enforcement Directorate and cooperate with the interrogation and investigation in the liquor gate case. But we have seen that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has been dubbing the entire investigation in the liquor gate as vendetta and has been skipping the summons. We'll take you back to the visuals over here. Remember, Republic TV is the only channel that is present on the ground bringing these exclusive visuals for viewers, where the Enforcement Directorate, after the Delhi High Court snubbed the plea that was moved by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal seeking protection from any coercive action, specifically arrest. We have the team of the Enforcement Directorate here at the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. What's going to happen? We'll be bringing that for our viewers as well. But yes, this is the latest development, the breaking at the moment that Enforcement Directorate, a huge team of Enforcement Directorate has reached the residence of Delhi Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and you can see that how the entire area has been cordoned off. There's nobody seen on the road over here at Civil Lines where his residence is, and massive deployment of the Delhi police over here in front of the residence. What's going to happen next is yet to be seen. But yes, today there was an important hearing where Mr. Kejriwal put in a bid to put in on the bid, and now you can see that there's a heavy deployment of the police officials over here. Heavy deployment of the police officials over here. The Enforcement Directorate team has reached and they are inside. We are bringing you these visuals from outside the residence of the Chief Minister. These are the exclusive visuals that only Republic TV being on the ground in front of the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, where the Enforcement Directorate has arrived. We are showing you a 360-degree view of how the entire area is being secured by the Delhi police officials. You can see that there's the convoy of the Delhi police officials, and And we see that how the police has gone out of the entire area. Now we are being joined by a senior editor, Shravan Sen. Shravan, the Enforcement Directorate team has reached here at the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and this is happening just a couple of hours after the High Court rejected his plea that sought protection from coercive action. Shravan.
Well, in fact, we are now given to understand that the Enforcement Directorate team has gone in with the search warrant. This after no interim protection was granted to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. What cannot be denied at this point in time that the Enforcement Directorate will actually take a decision on whether or not to take coercive action against Arvind Kejriwal. The reason being because, remember, in the arguments that were put forth by the Enforcement Directorate in the Delhi High Court, they had made it abundantly clear that there is no question of giving any sort of verbal assurance with regards to interim protection to be granted to Arvind Kejriwal. Remember, he hasn't complied with about 9 summons that were sent out by the Enforcement Directorate pertaining to the liquor scam. They were asking Arvind Kejriwal to explain whether at all his party has allegedly received kickbacks in the liquor scam, running into crores of rupees. This was what they said, proceeds of crime that was generated from the liquor scam over a period of 2 years put together. Remember, in the investigation that has been carried out so far, several arrests have been made. But the key takeaways from the investigation is this. Number one, with regards to the first statement that was recorded by the Enforcement Directorate, that was of accused Sabir Mahindru. It is he who in his statement made the first mention of Arvind Kejriwal, saying that there was a FaceTime call between Arvind Kejriwal and Vijay Nair along with Sabir Mahindru, where Vijay Nair, communication manager, was introduced to him as his boy. The second statement was recorded of a witness in this particular case, that is YSR CP Magunta Reddy. Magunta Reddy, in his statement too, made a similar assertion that there were meetings that took place with Arvind Kejriwal and the blessings were actually given by Arvind Kejriwal with regards to the draft policy. Remember, the draft policy also, the changes that were brought into the policy, exchange of those documents took place at the residence of the Chief Minister. That is the reason why they say that the Chief Minister was actually well aware of the fact that these changes that were brought into the draft, into the excise policy, were only saying the South group companies that had from the liquor. Once again, Kejriwal was asked to explain his position. Third aspect is with regards to the fact that whether at all the party actually received Goa elections, because remember, an outdoor advertising company received money in cash, which the Enforcement Directorate is the money that was received during the liquor scam and was utilized for the Goa election campaigning. Not just Goa election campaigning, they also suspected that money was actually used in the Punjab elections. And as the national convener of the party, it is Arvind Kejriwal funds, and to explain how did we actually receive the funds. We believe the large amount of the transactions that have taken place but was also recorded by the Kejriwal, and the fact that there are witnesses who have taken the name of Arvind Kejriwal, including the accused. That is the reason why time and again the Enforcement Directorate has been maintaining that it is important that Arvind Kejriwal actually join. And you see what is it that the sitting Chief Minister has to say about the summons that were issued. To all of these basically said that these are summons which are illegal in nature, only because the Enforcement Directorate did not tell Arvind Kejriwal whether at all he was being called in as a suspect or as a witness in this particular case. Once again, this happens to be the prerogative of the agency whether or not to inform the person if he's being called as a suspect or as a witness.
All right, let's go to Madhurima as well. Madhurima is joining us live right now. Madhurima, take us through exactly what is happening right now. Now, there raids are happening at Kejriwal's home. That is what we are learning of. Raids are happening, searches are happening. Do we have any inside details about what could possibly be happening inside?
Well, Shivangi, remember that this is an investigation in the liquor gate, and multiple leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, along with the workers of the Aam Aadmi Party, have already been arrested and are behind the bars. And remember that their detailed interrogation has already happened, and now the crux of it needs to be kept in front of Mr. Kejriwal, and which is why he has been skipping the summons. And today, after the High Court had given that order of coercive action against Mr. Kejriwal, we have Enforcement Directorate over here conducting searches at the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. And now for how long will this begin? We'll have to wait and watch. But Republic TV is the only channel over here on the ground bringing you these exclusive visuals. You can see that the amount, that the size of the deployment of the police officials over here. Request my camera person to just show you around that heavy deployment of the Delhi police officials over here in front of the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. It is just some half an hour back that all of a sudden there was a massive convoy parking in front of the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and out of those cars came out Enforcement Directorate officials along with many Delhi police officials, and these are the exclusive visuals that we are bringing for viewers. As you can see that this convoy, the number of cars that are standing here or are parked here are of the Enforcement Directorate and Delhi police officials. And looking at the seriousness, you see that how the barricading of the entire area has been done in front of the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. What needs to be seen here is that the noose is tightening around the Chief Minister's neck over here, because even if we go back to the hearing that happened today, it was submitted by the Enforcement Directorate that they have enough evidence, and that which is why they have been sending multiple summons to the Chief Minister, but he's been skipping them. And today we have the Enforcement Director at the doors of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and the searches are happening. The Enforcement Directorate is going to scrounge through the residence for any evidence, may it be hard or may it be digital. So all that will be scrounged and combed out by the Enforcement Directorate on the basis of the previous investigation and then interrogation of multiple people who've been even arrested and have been interrogated in the liquor gate. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what really happens, for how long this entire search continues. But yes, this is a massive development taking in the national capital, and the news tightening around Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Chief Minister of Delhi and the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. Now the Aam Aadmi Party has been dubbing the entire investigation of the liquor gate as vendetta, but the Enforcement Directorate has abundantly clear and has kept it in front of the court as well, that they have enough evidence against Mr. Kejriwal, and which is why these summons are being sent, which have been regularly skipped by Mr. Kejriwal. But today, in a massive development, we have Enforcement Directorate coming here, reaching at the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister. They've gone inside. It's been over 30 minutes. It's been around 45 minutes to be precise, Shivangi, that the Enforcement Directorate reached here at the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister. Taking you back to the visuals, as you can see that the deployment of the Delhi police officials is heavy. The barricading has been done. The entire area has been cordoned off. Nobody's seen on the road. Looking at the seriousness of the matter, the Enforcement Directorate officials, there was a massive team of around 10 people that reached here at the residence of the Chief Minister. You can see that these visuals that we are bringing is of the bungalow of the Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, here at the civil lines area of the national capital. And
पूरे जजमेंट को नहीं पढ़ा। मैं बार बार कह रहा हूं कि 22 अप्रैल को इंटरव्यू रिलीफ पे माननीय जस्टिस ने ईडी को कहा है कि आप डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन दीजिए, उसके बाद हम इस पे सुनवाई करेंगे। एक बात। दूसरी बात, इसी केस की लगातार 2 साल से जांच हो रही है। 2 साल की जांच में अभी तक ट्रायल शुरू नहीं हो पाया।
पर क्या आपने ये नहीं सुना ईडी ने कहा हमें अरेस्ट करने के लिए समन देने की जरूरत नहीं है? आपने पूरा जजमेंट पढ़ा? नहीं, आपने पूरा जजमेंट पढ़ा संजीव जी, लेकिन क्या आपने ये नहीं पढ़ा कि ईडी के वकील ने ये भी कहा कि हमें अरेस्ट करने के लिए माय लॉर्ड समन देने की जरूरत नहीं है, हम अभी भी अरेस्ट कर सकते हैं। और पहुंच गई है ईडी की टीम। जी झा जी,
देखिए एक बात, हर एक कुछ भी कर लेंगे। इस देश में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मशीनरी फेल हो चुकी है, डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप फेल हो चुकी है। अब बताइए, गवर्नर के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना पड़े, ऐसा कमिश्नर के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना पड़े, सरकार के राज्य की सरकारों को अपनी पावर के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना पड़े, हर एक केस में काम को लेकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट जा रहे हैं, तो फिर सभी ऑर्गन और फेल हो गए ना। केवल सुप्रीम कोर्ट बचा है न्याय दिलाने के लिए। भाई आज बाकी सारे ऑर्गन,
हाईकोर्ट ने भी तो दिया नहीं,
फेल हो चुकी है।
तो कोर्ट ने भी तो दिया नहीं।
सवाल आपसे किया, ये सवाल तो आपको पूछना चाहिए ना, आपको पूछना चाहिए ना कि भाई 3 समन,
मैं पूछता अगर कोर्ट आपको प्रोटेक्शन दे देता। देखिए मैं पूछता अगर कोर्ट आपको प्रोटेक्शन दे देता,
इसका मतलब ये है।
और ब्रेकिंग न्यूज आ रही है संजीव झा जी, 10वां समन दे दिया है। 10वां समन आपके नेता को दे दिया है। अब 10 ही उंगली होती है हाथ में, 10 समन दे दिए हैं। 10 समन दे दिए हैं,
तो वो
अब तो चले जाइए।
समन दे दिए। अगर अरविंद केजरीवाल आज देखिए, मैं एक बार बताता हूं, श्री मंगल सिंह सुमन का एक बहुत अच्छी कविता थी कि चाहे हृदय का ताप दो, चाहे मुझे अभिशाप दो, कुछ भी करो कर्तव्य पद से
बीजेपी को लाइए,
वरदान मांगूंगा नहीं। तुम तो ये अगर आज अरविंद केजरीवाल कह दें, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल हो जाएंगे, देखिए आप भी कसीदे पढ़ने लगेंगे और मीडिया भी पढ़ेगी कसीदे।
नहीं, अब ये कसीदों का टाइम जा चुका है। बीजेपी वर्सेस आम आदमी पार्टी। अजय आलोक जी
के 10 साल के कुकर्मों को जो जनता के सामने रख रहे हैं,
अजय आलोक जी,
उससे डर करके ये कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
अजय आलोक जी, ईडी घर पे है, 10वां समन दिया जा रहा है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता और विधायक कह रहे हैं दे हैव डन नथिंग रॉन्ग। 10वां समन, 10 समन। अजय आलोक,
तो ये लोग तो आम अराजक पार्टी है ना, तो ये तो कहेंगे कि नथिंग रॉन्ग। अराजकता इनमें अंदर तक घुस गई है, अराजकता अंदर तक घुसी हुई है।
Getting in breaking news on the pictures of the Enforcement Directorate team at Arvind Kejriwal's residence. We have the first pictures coming in. Republic TV on the ground. We are tracking the situation live from outside Arvind Kejriwal's Delhi residence. Our reporters are live on the field. You're looking at the first pictures. Those are the first pictures of the heavy police presence at Delhi Kejriwal's residence. I'm also getting across my colleague Abhishek Kapoor joining us live. Hours after he was denied any relief, Abhishek and Shavan. Abhishek, he's been raided by the Enforcement Directorate. He ducked at least 9 summons. Shavan is also live. Shavan, what's the update? Is this a raid? Is this a search? Are they just handing him another summon? What's going on?
Well, in fact, a short while back, the confirmation that we got from our sources is that the searches would also be carried out. But as I understand, that they would be also carrying the warrant along with them for the searches to be carried out. In all likelihood, there's also a possibility that they would be issuing yet another summon, if at all the searches do not yield much result. Remember, both the options are essentially open at this point in time. This is being monitored by the top officers here in the national capital. This comes in after a decision that was basically taken by the legal team of the Enforcement Directorate, that there were scathing remarks that were actually made by the Delhi High Court, which would effectively mean there was no interim protection that was granted to Arvind Kejriwal to begin with, which essentially means that he has to appear before the Enforcement Directorate. And also, just to put this into perspective, he was actually asked to appear today by the Enforcement Directorate. So the 9th summon that was actually sent to Arvind Kejriwal was asking him to appear before the agency today. But Aam Aadmi Party has been maintaining that since the matter is sub judice and the fact that this was coming up before the High Court, there is no question why Arvind Kejriwal should be basically respond to the summons that have been sent out. Now, without any protection, remember, there is a possibility too that the Enforcement Directorate could actually take the decision of taking a coercive action in this entire matter, because they also believe that somewhere down the line he has not been cooperating, despite multiple opportunities being given to the Chief Minister to explain his position as well as his party's position on the allegations that have been leveled against him and his party.
We're staying with the live pictures. We're hearing that they've presented a search warrant. Shavan. Those are the details available with us, that they have a search warrant with them. Is Kejriwal's arrest possible? Is that a possibility today?
सर्च चल रहा है, अभी तक सर्च चल रहा है, सर्च के बाद ही देगा नोटिस।
Okay. Okay, I'm going across to Abhishek as well. Abhishek, I think Shravan is on another call. Abhishek, they're mulling moving the Supreme Court. They're mulling moving the Supreme Court. Abhishek. I'm getting in some more breaking news updates right now. Aam Aadmi Party is mulling moving the Supreme Court. This is the breaking news update that I have right now. The Enforcement Directorate team is at Arvind Kejriwal's residence to serve summons in the excise policy case. We are hearing that they are there to serve summons. Some reports suggesting that there's also a warrant. And we have some more details coming in as the Enforcement Directorate team reaches the Delhi Chief Minister's residence. This is shortly after the High Court refused to grant him protection from coercive action in an excise policy-linked money laundering case. And they say that the agency officials went to Kejriwal's residence to serve him summons in the case. And this was hours after a bench of Justices Suresh Kumar Kaith and Manoj Jain of the Delhi High Court refused to grant Kejriwal any protection from coercive action in the case. The bench had listed the Aam Aadmi Party leader's application for further consideration on the 22nd of April, when his main petition challenging the summons is fixed for hearing, and asked the Enforcement Directorate to file its response. I'm getting in some more breaking news update right now. All senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders have been called to the Aam Aadmi Party office. Another breaking news update coming in. All senior leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party have been called to the party office right now. That's the other breaking that we are getting in right now. All right, let me see if I have Shravan back with me right now. Shravan with me right now. Let me see if Shravan is back. Shravan, can you hear me? Madhurima is also joining us from the location. Madhurima, what's the update? Hearing that they're going to move the Supreme Court, all leaders called to the Aam Aadmi Party office. Will he be arrested?
Well, yes, absolutely, Niranjan. All the senior leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, the entire top rung of the Aam Aadmi Party is now rushing to their main party office in the national capital, their headquarters, after the Enforcement Directorate reached the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister. We are bringing these exclusive visuals. We have Saurabh Bharadwaj, Niranjan. We have Saurabh Bharadwaj here at the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister. These are the exclusive visuals only available on Republic TV. Right now, Niranjan, we're the only team on the ground, and we have Delhi Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj that has reached the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister. Saurabh Bharadwaj is here to extend support to Delhi Chief Minister. As we know that a senior editor, Shravan Sen, pointed out that the Enforcement Directorate has reached the residence of Arvind Kejriwal with a search warrant. Will there be an arrest or not? That's a decision that will be taken later. But yes, we see that there's this car out of which Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj is going to go inside. Saurabh Bharadwaj is already here at the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and like you pointed out, they're all mulling to approach the Supreme Court after the High Court today rejected the plea that was put in by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal seeking protection from coercive action, Niranjan. So we have Saurabh Bharadwaj, Delhi Minister, over here at the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, as the Enforcement Directorate reached about an hour ago with a massive team inside with search warrants, search happening inside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal. Heavy deployment of the Delhi police officials over here, barricading done. It's a serious matter, and this has come after Mr. Arvind Kejriwal continued to skip all the summons. And we just heard a political editor telling us that the ton summon has also been given to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. We have to wait and watch as to what would be the next course of action of the Enforcement Directorate. But we have Saurabh Bharadwaj over here outside the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Delhi Minister reaches here to extend support to the party national convener Arvind Kejriwal is the enforcement director. A team of enforcement directorate has reached the residence about an hour ago. We have seen that how the Delhi High Court had rejected the plea seeking protection from the coercive action. And like you pointed out, that the senior leaders, some of them are reaching here, some of them are reaching at the party office, all hands on deck to protect their leader that could face an action. We'll have to wait and watch as to what would be the course of action that would be taken by the enforcement directorate. But yes, at the moment, Niranjan, the searches are on. The team of enforcement directorate, after the High Court order, a couple of just 2 to 3 hours after the order, has reached the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. There was a massive convoy of the enforcement directorate being aided by the Delhi police officials that reached about an hour ago. And after that, we saw a little conversation between the enforcement directorate officials and the security here at the chief minister's residence. And after that, they went inside, and ever since then, the searches are on. We see the Delhi minister, Saurabh Bharadwaj, at the residence of the chief minister. We'll see that if he'll be allowed to go inside or not. But yes, the top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party rushing towards the residence of the Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal, as the enforcement directorate has reached the residence of the chief minister. And this is in connection with the liquor gate. We'll have to wait and watch as to what would be the end of it. But yes, we see the massive deployment. All the top rung of the Aam Aadmi Party is shook, and they are mulling to approach the Supreme Court, like you rightly pointed out, that our sources are telling us. The party office is also abuzz with the senior leaders reaching there, some of them reaching there to put all hands on deck and to chalk out the next course of action. And one of the ministers, Saurabh Bharadwaj, has reached here outside the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. So what's going to happen next, we'll have to wait and watch. But yes, this is the big breaking at the moment, and with Republic TV only being on the ground, only channel being on the ground, we are bringing these exclusive visuals over here for viewers. The entire area, the entire lane has been cordoned off. The heavy barricading done around this entire area. It has been enveloped by Delhi police officials, and we have Saurabh Bharadwaj here outside the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Niranjan. We can see that how the entire area has been enveloped by the heavy deployment of the Delhi police officials. It was just an hour back when the enforcement directorate convoy reached here at the steps of the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister, and after that we see that there is a lot of commotion within the ranks of the Aam Aadmi Party, Niranjan. All the senior leaders rushing to the national headquarters there at the ITO in the national capital, and where the rest of them are reaching here at the residence. The first one being Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj, that has reached the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Raids happening here as our senior editor Shravan Sen apprised viewers that they have come with a search warrant. Search are happening there for evidence both in digital and in black and white. And remember that this is coming after multiple people have already been arrested in the Liquorgate case. Multiple investigations have already happened. The Enforcement Directorate today had apprised the Delhi High Court that they have enough evidence against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and that they would not need any support to arrest him. However, the counsel for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal kept on dubbing this entire investigation as motivated and vendetta. But here we are in front of the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, where a team of enforcement directorate has reached. Now we have to wait and watch as to what happens after this. But yes, this is a big coming in, and Republic TV, Niranjan, I repeat, is the only channel present here in front of the Chief Minister's residence, giving you exclusive visuals of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal facing the heat of Enforcement Directorate. There are around 5 to 6 officials that have gone inside the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal representing the Enforcement Directorate, like our senior editor. Saurabh sir, would you like to say something? Sir, Mr. Bharadwaj, would you like to make a comment? So there is Mr. Bharadwaj not willing to comment and waiting outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal and speaking to the police officials because he has been denied entry, I suppose, because he's been standing here for quite some time, for some around 7 to 10 minutes, but he has not been allowed to go inside. We've been also cornered to one side of the road in front of the Chief Minister's residence, but there we have on our visuals, exclusive visuals that we're bringing for our viewers, Niranjan, Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj over here trying to go inside the Chief Minister's residence, but the police officials, I believe, have denied him an entry. That's why he's standing outside on the road, speaking to them, trying to convince them to let him inside. But the Enforcement Directorate officials are inside and they're conducting searches, combing out the residence for what they would want. Sir, what would you like to say about the searches, sir? Mr. Bharadwaj, any sir, any comments, sir? So he is being silent. He is being silent at the moment, Niranjan. He's not saying anything as he is apprised of the situation. Sir, do you know why the Enforcement Directorate is there? Sir, did you know that the Enforcement Directorate team is going to come here? So he's lending us a deaf ear. He's lending us a deaf ear. He's lending us a deaf ear over here, Niranjan. He's not responding with his back over here. Saurabh sir, would you like to comment? Did you have any idea, the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, did they have any idea that the Enforcement Directorate would be coming just a couple of hours after the High Court rejected the protection, sir? So we see Mr. Bharadwaj here is walking away and not giving any statement, though he's standing outside the residence of the Chief Minister, where the Enforcement Directorate officials, it's been over around an hour and a half that they went inside, and the searches are on. As our senior editor Shravan Sen pointed out, that they have come with a search warrant at the residence, because remember that multiple summons have already been sent out to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, but he has been skipping them time and again, calling it vendetta and motivated. Now we'll have to wait and watch as to what really happens out here. But yes, Niranjan, these are the exclusive visuals of the ED officials and the Delhi police deployment happening after the Enforcement Directorate has gone inside and is conducting searches at the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. And we can see that there's panic on the faces of the top rung of the Aam Aadmi Party. We have Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj in front of us, but yes, he chooses to remain tight-lipped. He's going to speak. We'll take him on.
देखिए, प्रथम दृष्टया जिस तरह से पुलिस अंदर है और मुख्यमंत्री जी के निवास में किसी को जाने नहीं दिया जा रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुख्यमंत्री जी के यहाँ रेड मारी गई है और उनके मन में क्या है ये नहीं मालूम, बट ऐसा दिखता है कि मुख्यमंत्री जी को गिरफ्तार करने की पूरी तैयारी है।
तो क्या सर आज मुख्यमंत्री
के यहाँ रेड मारी गई है और उनके मन में क्या है ये नहीं मालूम, बट ऐसा दिखता है कि मुख्यमंत्री जी को गिरफ्तार करने की पूरी तैयारी है।
तो क्या सर आज मुख्यमंत्री तो यहाँ पर आपने सौरभ भारद्वाज को सुना, जिन्होंने कहा कि मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार करने की आज पूरी।
So we just heard Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj here, Delhi Minister, saying that he is apprehensive of the fact that Delhi Chief Minister could be arrested tonight. He's confirmed on our camera that raids are being conducted inside the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister, and they are apprehensive of the fact that he could be arrested later today. So we'll take you back. So we see that these visuals from here, exclusive visuals, Niranjan, that we are bringing in. So, Mr. Bharadwaj here said that Mr. Kejriwal could be arrested later tonight, Niranjan. What do you think is on the cards from now, as it's been over an hour and a half that the Enforcement Directorate reached here at the residence of the Delhi Chief
Minister, Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bharadwaj has arrived at Kejriwal's residence. You just heard him speak there. Enforcement Directorate team is at Kejriwal's residence for questioning. Arvind Kejriwal's team is seeking an urgent hearing in the Supreme Court. They're going to knock on the doors of the Supreme Court. He's going to move the Supreme Court today itself, is what we are hearing. And this comes after Delhi High Court refused to grant any interim protection from coercive action. Legal team is making an attempt to seek an urgent listing and hearing on the matter. They're trying to get an urgent hearing from the Supreme Court today itself. He's being raided. ED teams there with search warrants. Senior leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party claiming that they've not been allowed to enter Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Some of the senior leaders there on your screen right now, that's Saurabh Bharadwaj, other leaders as well, gathering outside the residence without any permission. They don't have permission to get inside, and they've been stopped is what they claim, and they're waiting outside as the Enforcement Directorate team, 7 to 8 officers of the Enforcement Directorate team and senior officers, senior-most officers of Enforcement Directorate are inside Arvind Kejriwal's residence as we speak. So this is a breaking news update. We're non-stop live from outside Arvind Kejriwal's home. You're looking at the pictures from outside Arvind Kejriwal's home. All senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders have been called to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, we are told. Aam Aadmi Party has moved the Supreme Court. They have moved the Supreme Court and they're hoping for an urgent listing, urgent hearing. This is after the Enforcement Directorate team informed Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's staff that it has search warrant against him in the excise policy case. So they are raiding Arvind Kejriwal. They are searching Arvind Kejriwal over the liquor scam heat on Arvind Kejriwal as we speak. The Enforcement Directorate team is at his residence. Those are live pictures from right outside Arvind Kejriwal's home. That's a live shot of senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders lining up outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. There's a possibility that he's also been served another summon. We're not really sure as of this minute. They're inside, and they have a search warrant with them. They have a search warrant, and this is after the High Court earlier today refused to grant protection from coercive action in the liquor scam, in the excise policy-linked money laundering case. We're getting in some more breaking news updates that there are at least 5 petitions filed in the Supreme Court by the Aam Aadmi Party team. Saurabh Bharadwaj is also speaking live. Let me go across to him. He's speaking live.
देखिए, इस वक्त सब लोगों को मालूम है कि अब से महज 2-2.5 घंटे पहले हाई कोर्ट के पास पूरा का पूरा मामला था। हाई कोर्ट ने ईडी को समय दिया है 22 अप्रैल तक का कि आप अपना जवाब दाखिल करें कि अरविंद केजरीवाल की गिरफ्तारी क्यों ज़रूरी है। और अब जिस तरीके से ईडी अरविंद जी के घर में फ़िलहाल है, बाहर पुलिस का बड़ा बंदोबस्त दिख रहा है, घर के अंदर जाने की मनाही है, उनके फ़ोन से ना मुख्यमंत्री जी से ना उनके सचिव से कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हो पा रहा है। ऐसा लगता है कि ईडी वालों ने उनके फ़ोन्स वगैरह भी ले लिए हैं। पूरा का पूरा अंदेशा ये है कि अंदर रेड चल रही है और बहुत जल्द उनको गिरफ्तार करने वाले हैं। एक बात इससे साफ है, अगर प्रधानमंत्री जी को किसी से डर लगता है तो वो अरविंद केजरीवाल है। अगर नरेंद्र मोदी जी का विकल्प इस देश में कोई है तो वो अरविंद केजरीवाल है। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को हो सकता है वो आज गिरफ्तार करेंगे, मगर हर गली में, हर मोहल्ले में, हर गांव में, हर कस्बे में अरविंद केजरीवाल की सोच वाले नए अरविंद केजरीवाल पैदा होंगे।
बीजेपी की तरफ से
और वो सोच जो है, उस सोच को आप गिरफ्तार नहीं कर सकते। अंग्रेज़ों ने भी बहुत लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया, 10-10 साल जेलों के अंदर रखा, हाउस अरेस्ट के अंदर रखा, मगर जो आइडिया होता है उसको गिरफ्तार करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। और ये बहुत गलत परंपरा आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने शुरू की है कि अपने विरोधियों को आप जेल में डाल दें और अकेले ही चुनाव लड़ें। तो ऐसा प्रजातंत्र में होता नहीं है। ये सीधा सीधा एक अत्याचार है कि आप एक छोटी सी पार्टी, आप तो कहते हैं कि सुपारी जितनी पार्टी है, इतनी छोटी पार्टी है। जब इतनी छोटी, मैडम मैं आपसे बात नहीं कर रहा प्लीज़, है मैं ANI को बाइट दे रहा हूँ। जब इतनी छोटी पार्टी से इतना बड़ा डर है कि इनको गिरफ्तार ही करना है, कैसे भी गिरफ्तार करना है, तो ये बात आज जो है, इनका जो अत्याचार है वो आज पूरे देश और पूरी दुनिया के सामने आ गया है।
सर आपने अंदर जाने की सर एक सवाल सर सौरभ सर एक सवाल।
Mr. Bharadwaj, what would be your next step? So we have Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj over here asserting that the Prime Minister is afraid of Mr. Kejriwal, and hence this entire that the raids that are happening, he's dubbing it as vendetta over here. And this was an exclusive bite to us where Mr. Bharadwaj said that this is nothing but vendetta. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what really happens here, Niranjan. But yes, the Enforcement Directorate officials are here just a couple of hours after the High Court rejected to provide Mr. Kejriwal any protection from arrest. Niranjan.
Those are live shots. You can still see Aam Aadmi Party Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj. They're outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal. All top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party have been called. Some of them gathering at the Aam Aadmi Party office. Some coming to the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, and those are live pictures. He's in big trouble. He's evaded 9 summons so far, and Aam Aadmi Party leaders saying that they haven't been able to communicate. They haven't been able to communicate with Arvind Kejriwal. But what we know is that there are multiple petitions in front of the Supreme Court right now. They've knocked on the doors of the Supreme Court asking for intervention. As the Enforcement Directorate team lands up at his residence with search warrants. And Aam Aadmi Party claiming, of course, like they have been ever since the first summon, that the plan is to arrest Kejriwal. Aam Aadmi Party leaders, even as the Enforcement Directorate team is inside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, saying that there is a possibility of the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal anytime now. So we are staying with these live pictures. My colleague Shravan is also on the phone line. Let me see if Shravan is on the phone line. If he's there, I'll try and get across an update from him on what the Enforcement Directorate is doing, what their plan could be, the next course of action. My colleague Abhishek Kapoor also in the national capital, as we get you a live shot. That's a live shot from the Republic TV cameras outside Arvind Kejriwal residence. Shravan, what's the update? Is this a search? Is this a raid? Are they present there to give him summons? What's going on? Or arrest him?
Well, Niranjan, updates that I'm picking up right now from my sources, we can put this out for our viewers. I'm given to understand that while the searches are already underway, the Enforcement Directorate team will be questioning Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. In fact, my sources are indicating that a Joint Director level rank officer has also reached the residence of the Chief Minister. These are the latest details that are beginning right now with regards to the questioning of Arvind Kejriwal. Niranjan, I'm just getting more updates from my sources. If you can just continue for a bit, I'm just putting out more details. It turns out that the searches have already begun and the questioning
getting non-stop calls. Shravan, okay. Shravan, go ahead. Shravan, go ahead, take that call. Take that call, Shravan. Take that call. Shravan is getting minute-by-minute updates. We're getting you the live shot from outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. We're getting you the live updates straight from our sources in the Enforcement Directorate. We have the inside information of the legal strategy of Arvind Kejriwal. They've gone to the Supreme Court, hearing that at least 3 petitions could have been filed in the Supreme Court. I can't confirm that, but there are at least 3 petitions asking for an urgent hearing, asking for a possible midnight hearing, asking the Supreme Court to open up its doors to Arvind Kejriwal, who, by the way, has evaded summons 9 times, has faced several setbacks in different courts, including the Delhi High Court this morning, and he's knocking on the doors of the Supreme Court now. All eyes on the Supreme Court. I'm also getting in details of the ranks of officers involved in this particular search. I'm calling it a search because we're hearing there's a search warrant. I'm not calling it a raid. We don't know whether they are there to arrest him. But if you're asking us whether there is a possibility of Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, yes, that is possible. Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party team trying to get a stay on Arvind Kejriwal's possible arrest. Trying to get a stay on possible arrest. ED's questioning has begun, we are hearing. Enforcement Directorate questioning Arvind Kejriwal, even as he goes knocking on the doors of different courts. Knocking on the doors of different courts. Enforcement Directorate has begun questioning Arvind Kejriwal. That's a confirmation that I'm getting in right now, that the Enforcement Directorate is questioning Arvind Kejriwal at his residence. As the barricading that you see there, the barricading is complete. There are more and more leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party gathering outside Kejriwal's residence, and they're all in a huddle. There are two simultaneous strategies for the Aam Aadmi Party right now. The legal strategy is to go to the Supreme Court and ask for relief, and the political strategy to gather their cadres, to gather their leaders, and some of them already been summoned, called to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, and some of them rushing to Arvind Kejriwal's residence. The leaders at Arvind Kejriwal's residence saying that they haven't been able to contact Arvind Kejriwal. That's obvious because he's being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. Some of them saying that they fear arrest and saying that this is a strategy by the BJP. Of course, the same old lines being repeated. The political line of the Aam Aadmi Party has been that this is a strategy of the BJP to try and limit Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi and in Punjab. Getting in more details right now. Shravan confirming right now. Shravan is confirming right now. Arvind Kejriwal is being questioned. A joint director rank officer. A joint director rank officer has reached Kejriwal's residence. Two senior officers, part of the investigation, are at Arvind Kejriwal's residence in the liquor scam, in the excise policy money laundering case. Excise policy money laundering case. Questioning will be done by an investigative officer. Searches and questioning. I repeat, searches and questioning of the Chief Minister is happening simultaneously as we speak. So this is a very, very critical night for Arvind Kejriwal. It's been a scary last few days for him. In the courts, he's faced setback after he decided to evade summons not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, as many as 9 times right now. And the Enforcement Directorate on his tail. They're on his tail, and 7 to 8 of them are inside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal questioning him. Some are questioning him, and some are searching his residence. That's a confirmation that I have. That's a live shot from the Republic TV cameras, Republic TV, Republic Bharat, Republic Bangla, Republic Kannada, all 4 channels outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, searches and quizzing simultaneously happening. And all of that just before the elections of 2024 in the national capital. Arvind Kejriwal has struck a deal with the Congress party. He won't be fighting alone, allocating a few seats to the Congress party, but this is going to have electoral impact for Arvind Kejriwal. More than political strategy for 2024, his team is busy now with legal strategy. Shravan, what's the plan? What's going on inside?
Information now coming in from top sources that 2 senior officers are part of the investigation. They have also reached the residence of the Chief Minister. Searches are already underway. Just to explain the process of what's really happening right now, the Enforcement Directorate team led by a Joint Director rank officer, along with him an Assistant Director rank officer, they have entered the Chief Minister's residence with a search warrant. So the search has already begun. Now remember, if at all any recovery is actually made, immediately thereafter an explanation is basically sought from the person concerned. This particular matter, it is Arvind Kejriwal. He will have to basically explain while the searches are underway. For instance, if any particular material is seized by the Enforcement Directorate, that explanation will also be taken or sought from the person concerned, that is the Chief Minister. Remember, this is a little different than what would have happened when Kejriwal would have gone to the Enforcement Directorate's headquarters, where his statement is recorded under Section 50 of the PMLA Act. That is different than what's currently happening as we speak, because the searches are on and explanation is basically sought from the Chief Minister. Now, with regards to whether at all the Enforcement Directorate will take any coercive action, remember that is a decision that perhaps would...
अरविंद केजरीवाल खड़े हो जाएंगे इस देश के संविधान को बचाने के लिए। तो अभी क्या आप अंदर जा रही हैं? हो रहा है? अभी तो देखिए अंदर जाने का सवाल नहीं है, अभी तो पुलिस यहाँ पे भारी संख्या में तैनात है, तो अभी हम यहीं पे इंतजार करेंगे। अभी आएंगे क्या? और आप लोगों के नेता या कार्यकर्ता आ रहे हैं, खबर मिल रही जैसे जैसे? वो तो स्वाभाविक है। आप ऐसे लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री को गिरफ्तार करने की कोशिश करेंगे तो मुझे पूरा भरोसा है कि पूरी दिल्ली भर से लोग आएंगे। दिल्ली के लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल से प्यार करते हैं। दिल्ली के लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल को अपना भाई मानते हैं, अपना बेटा मानते हैं, अपने परिवार का सदस्य मानते हैं, क्योंकि अरविंद केजरीवाल ने दिल्ली वालों की जिंदगी में आमूलचूल परिवर्तन किया है और इसी वजह से मोदी जी को डर लगता है अरविंद केजरीवाल से।
Shravan, is it the first time that he's actually being questioned? They called him, he didn't respond to the summons, they've gone to his residence, and it's the first time that he's being questioned. Is that correct? Is that factually correct?
Well, that's absolutely right. This is for the first time that Arvind Kejriwal is being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. The previous appearance that he had made, that was before the Central Bureau of Investigation. Remember, there he was called in as a witness in this entire matter, and his statement was recorded by the Central Bureau of Investigation. This is quite different than what we saw the last time when he had appeared before the CBI, because in this particular case, the Enforcement Directorate has gone a step further. They have come on record in the remand notice, in the remand copy that was accessed by Republic TV during K. Kavita's remand. They had categorically made a mention of the fact that K. Kavita, along with the Chief Minister of Delhi and the then Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, had orchestrated the liquor scam. They had come on record to say that. Repeated this in a statement a day after, and the statement was released to the public, and in which once again they made a mention that this was a deal that was orchestrated by Kejriwal and K. Kavita. This is for the first time that the searches are also being carried out at the residence of the Chief Minister. It's a sitting Chief Minister whose residence the Enforcement Directorate is carrying out the searches. While the searches are underway, his statement is also being recorded, but this statement that is recorded is procedural in nature, because remember, any item that is seized by the Enforcement Directorate, an explanation is essentially sought by the agency, and that's exactly what is happening as we speak right now. Slipping into a short break, we continue with this big development coming in from the national capital, where the Chief Minister is being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 11th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Viewers, getting some big breaking updates coming in right now. Joint Director records Kejriwal's statement. That is right. Big back-to-back updates coming in. Lot of hectic activity outside Kejriwal's residence, and we're flashing the latest for you on the screens. And not just that, what you see on your screen is the latest coming in. There's a lot of sloganeering outside Kejriwal's residence. I repeat, a lot of sloganeering outside Kejriwal's residence. And those are the visuals coming in. Those are the visuals coming in, viewers, of what is happening outside Kejriwal's residence. And a very, very big update coming in, because we just told a short while back that after Delhi High Court, just hours after that, had refused to grant relief to Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal in the liquor case, the ED had officials there have reached his residence, and their searches being carried out. A team also informed the staff at the CM's residence that it had a search warrant. The Kejriwal's legal team has a petition in the Supreme Court challenging the High Court's order. Meanwhile, what you see on your screens is a huge deployment at the CM's residence at the time of filing. In fact, what we see right now, a lot of police presence is right outside, and Republic TV was the first one to be on ground and to get you the fastest updates. I just want to go to Madhurima right now. Madhurima, you know, Republic TV was the first to get all our viewers the first and exclusive images. What is happening where you are? We see that the police deployment and the security deployment is getting bigger and bigger by the minute.
Well, absolutely, Shivangi. Republic TV was the only channel to be on the ground at the time the Enforcement Directorate reached here at the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. And in fact, we are the only channel here on the ground as well at the present as well, because all others have been denied entry. And we are bringing these exclusive visuals for our viewers in front of the residence of Delhi Chief Minister, where the Enforcement Directorate officials are conducting searches, and what our sources are telling us that the investigating officer in this entire matter, there are two senior officials, what our sources are telling us, are inside the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and he is also being questioned. Remember, Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj, the Delhi minister had told us in that exclusive conversation that he had, where he said that Mr. Kejriwal's the cell phone of his OSD advisor, his family, all of their cell phones who all are inside the residence are switched off and are not reachable. So they are apprehensive of the fact that there could be a coercive action and Mr. Kejriwal could be arrested, but for that we'll have to wait and watch. But yes, that could be on the cards. But as of now, what our sources are confirming us that yes, questioning of Mr. Kejriwal is happening. There are two senior officials that are doing so. Search warrants, they had search warrants as well. And these are the visuals that we are bringing you from outside the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. You can see that these are the exclusive visuals, how the entire area has been enveloped with the heavy deployment of the Delhi police officials. The entire area has been barricaded and cordoned off. Delhi Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj was here. He continued to speak to multiple officials over here, but then he was denied entry. He spoke to the media twice, asserting that this is nothing but vendetta. But we've seen that it's been a long battle and multiple arrests have been made in this liquor gate. But these are the visuals. I'll go back once again to the visuals over here, because Shivangi, we are the only channel on the spot bringing the exclusive visual. We've been there since the time the Delhi police officials came back some an hour and a half, almost 2 hours back, and ever since then the officials have been inside. It took them a couple of minutes to go after a brief discussion with the security over here at the Chief Minister's residence. The Enforcement Directorate officials went inside, and ever since then they have been there. And what our sources are telling us that the Chief Minister is being questioned by the investigating officer. There are two senior officials present in the pack of the Enforcement Directorate officials that are inside. Let me take you back to the visuals. As Republic TV only has...
Bear with me. I'm getting in some breaking news right now. Getting in some more breaking news right now that the Enforcement Directorate wants to take Kejriwal to Enforcement Directorate office. ED wants to take Kejriwal to the Enforcement Directorate office. Kejriwal says no, question me at the Chief Minister's residence. That's the breaking news update coming in. Enforcement Directorate keen on taking Kejriwal to the Enforcement Directorate office. But Kejriwal says, no, question me right here. He says, question me in the Chief Minister's residence itself. That's the breaking news update. Trouble mounting for Arvind Kejriwal. The first time that he's being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in a liquor scam. Evaded summons. Did not respond to summons 9 times. Refused to appear. ED team decided to go to his residence to question him. They want to take Kejriwal to the ED office. That's the breaking news update coming in. And he has refused to. He has refused to go to the ED office, saying that they should question him at the residence itself. That's the breaking news update that I'm getting in right now. And he's unwilling to be taken to the ED office, even as he continues to remain inside his residence as of this minute. Kejriwal is challenging the Enforcement Directorate. Kejriwal is challenging the Enforcement Directorate. Challenging the Enforcement Directorate even now when they are at his residence. Does not want to be taken to the ED office. Defiant even now, he's challenging the Enforcement Directorate. I'm getting in some more breaking news right now. Arvind Kejriwal. In fact, I'm getting in more breaking news right now. Another ED team. I repeat, another Enforcement Directorate team has reached Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Another ED team has reached Arvind Kejriwal's residence. So I'm getting in every second, every minute, there's an update coming in on the Arvind Kejriwal versus Enforcement Directorate story. Named by the agencies. Look at those pictures, live pictures on your screen of more officers, of more deployment, of more security measures being taken outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. More officers coming in. Those are live pictures. More officers now called in. Confirmation also from Madhurima. Madhurima, let's go back to the pictures. Let's stay with the pictures. Let's stay with the pictures. Stay with the pictures of the cars moving into Arvind Kejriwal's residence. There you see more officers getting off the cars, getting inside the residence. We had news that 7 to 8 officers were there. But more and more officers now entering Arvind Kejriwal's residence. They've gone inside now. Officers of Enforcement Directorate. More in number as we speak. 2 more cars just rolling in to Arvind Kejriwal's residence, and they've just entered. Madhurima's there. Madhurima's getting us a live report. That's a live shot of the officers entering. We have a live shot. The paramilitary forces, the police included, have cordoned off the entire area. The entire area around Arvind Kejriwal's residence has been barricaded, and none of them have been allowed, including Aam Aadmi Party leaders, to try and go anywhere close to those gates. It's a fortified situation there. It's a fortress. Arvind Kejriwal's residence has been fortified by security, and more officers have now been called in as he openly challenges the Enforcement Directorate. Openly challenging the Enforcement Directorate after skipping 9 summons. And after getting a setback in the court today, the Delhi High Court did not give him any reprieve. And he's now being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in the national capital. Another soundbite coming in. Let's cut across live. Saurabh Bharadwaj there. Saurabh Bharadwaj of the Aam Aadmi Party, Delhi Minister. Delhi Minister, Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bharadwaj just giving a one-line response there. What did he say there, Madhurima? Quickly, what did he say there?
Well, Niranjan, he said that Arvind Kejriwal is not a person but a thought, and this is nothing but vendetta. Once again, the Minister of the Delhi government, Saurabh Bharadwaj, crying foul after 2 more cars loaded with ED officials and paramilitary forces. These are the exclusive visuals that we are bringing. You can see that paramilitary forces there in front of the residence of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal over here. Security deployment has been beefed up even more, Niranjan. So now this has really tensed the minister who is inside here waiting outside in his car, Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj. And as soon as those 2 cars filled with the ED officials officials arrived here at the residence of the Chief Minister. He came and spoke to the media and said that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is invincible and they are going to continue the fight. So we'll have to wait and watch as what really happens, Niranjan. But as of now, the ED is upping the ante. More officials over here along with the paramilitary forces outside Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's residence. We see more Delhi officials.
You're looking at the Rapid Action Force. Be with me, Madhurima. Be with me. Rapid Action Force, the RAF, present outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister. Those are live pictures. You look at them there. Even the security presence outside Delhi Chief Minister's residence has increased in the last few minutes. It's increased in the last few minutes. Paramilitary forces outside Arvind Kejriwal's home. And more and more Aam Aadmi Party leaders speaking to the media. You saw Saurabh Bharadwaj there. Saurabh Bharadwaj has been camping there. Aam Aadmi Party leaders have been asked to come to Arvind Kejriwal's residence. By the way, Madhurima said that, and our correspondent Madhurima, who's outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, said that Saurabh Bharadwaj said that Kejriwal is not a person, he's a thought. Kejriwal is not a person, but he's a thought. I've heard that before. Kejriwal is not a person, he's a thought. He's still a mortal. He's still an Indian citizen who will have to face the law like any other Indian citizen. Summoned 9 times, has challenged, evaded, been defiant in front of the agencies which have said on record, by the way, they've said on record that he was a beneficiary of a kickback in the liquor scam. It's a 100 crore kickback that agencies have put on paper in their response to the courts. And Atishi also spoke to the media. We have more and more Aam Aadmi Party leaders speaking from different vantage points. Atishi saying a few minutes back that within an hour of the court issuing notice, they arrived at the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, and that it shows that ED is not an independent investigative agency, it's a political weapon of the BJP. Stated, lines repeated, each and every time he's received a summon from the Enforcement Directorate. In other news, Aam Aadmi Party workers also staging protests outside the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Enforcement Directorate teams, we just saw more officers coming in outside the residence, rolling in, more cars rolled in. Outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, we have some of our panelists also ready on the debate. Vineet Goenka, who's a political analyst, leans towards the BJP. Ravi Srivastava leans towards Aam Aadmi Party. Hakeem Rizwan Ilahi leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. Vineet Goenka is ready. Vineet Goenka is connected with us right now. Vineet Goenka, he could have evaded all of this. I mean, it's election season. This was not required. They called you 9 times. You could have gone the first time, you could have gone the second time, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. 9 times, and then you can't cry foul.
Niranjan ji, Ram Ram to you, Ram Ram to all my co-panelists and all the viewers who are watching me right now. It's a classic case of Chori or Sina Chori. Somebody who is involved in the cartel, somebody who has formed the cartel knowingly, somebody who benefited out of that, pushed all the Delhiites to become addicted, pushed young children to become addicted. Now he's trying to play foul. He was given chance once, twice, thrice, more than 9 times. Challenge instigated the agencies. I wish this is not only a search. I wish this is not only a raid. As a common citizen of this Delhi, I wish this culprit is arrested. Justice is given to him. You know, he increased the number of shops, increased the number of hours of sale, increased the commission from 2% to 12%, decreased the number of dry days, decreased the age of drinking, purely because he could get money. In Hindi they say, 4 रुपए ले कमा ली लेकिन लोगों को मरने के लिए भेज दिया. How could you sleep at home when you force others' kid to drink? I think he should get justice. I repeat my wish once again, as a common citizen of Delhi, that he's arrested, he's exposed, so that, people still have faith in law.
That's a moral argument, Vineet. That's a moral argument. Let me tell you one thing. That's a moral argument, right? If you had told me that he should be tried for allegedly receiving kickbacks, I would have said yes. But you're giving a moral argument, and I don't want to get into that because there are BJP governments in different states where different leeway is given to different kinds of industries. I won't talk about that. I'm going across to Shravan as well. Shravan, what's the update? Shravan is on the spot outside Kejriwal's residence. Shravan, what's going on? He's challenging ED even now when they're inside his residence, and hearing that he's refusing to go to the ED office, he's challenging the ED at every stage, through every summon. Shavan.
Well, in fact, let me just quickly give you a sense of what's really happening outside the residence of the Chief Minister. Now, there's 2 layers of security that has been brought in. Right now, you can see this is the barricading that has essentially been done outside his residence. That's the first layer of security brought in. And thereafter, what you see through the back gate, the black gate right now, on the other side is where the Chief Minister's residence is. That area has been completely cordoned off. And the latest update also coming in right now, Niranjan, is the fact that the Enforcement Directorate has sought for additional security outside their headquarters. So there is security that is going to be brought in outside the Enforcement Directorate headquarters. So there appears right now, as I speak, because a short while back on my way to the Chief Minister's residence, I was trying to get more information with regards to what exactly the Enforcement Directorate is up to. It turns out that the top officers are in a huddle at this point in time. It is being closely monitored. Now, with regards to what is happening inside the Chief Minister's residence, what we can tell you is that the Enforcement Directorate had gone inside with a search warrant. This along with at least 2 of the senior officers who were present, starting with the Joint Director rank officer, along with him an Assistant Director rank officer who's also present. A clear indication of the fact that the Enforcement Directorate perhaps has already made up their mind with regards to what would be the next logical step in their entire investigation. The reason why it stems from the fact that there has been non-compliance with the summons that have already been issued, and not one. We are talking about at least 9 summons that have been issued to Arvind Kejriwal. That is the reason why, remember, they have to take a logical decision at this point in time, which perhaps could be a coercive action that could be taken in the next 30 to 35 minutes or little later, because given the fact that the searches are still underway, so there would be seizure that could take place, and there have been also development taking place right now, sloganeering that's actually taking place. Not very sure whether they are just Aam Aadmi Party supporters or